everybody doing? It's your host, Ultimate Journalist CEO, JLE. Got the new background, trying to do things a little different and big here. Welcome to season 5 of the Sports Line with JLE, where we discuss sports like family. That's the theme song. Man, talking my first album, JLE Experience. I'm music copyright and music on Facebook. Man, a lot been going on in sports, man. Got to talk about our title Shedeur will start and Coach Sherrone more crash out. Shedeur had his first start and they were losing. They came back. And the coach, Stefanski, he decided to do that wildcat play with the running back again. Don't know why. They didn't get it and they lost. And everybody was looking at this guy like, you were losing by 14 and Shedeur got you back in the game. Why didn't you give him the ball to try to get 2-point conversion? Keep the ball in his hand and see what he can do with it. Trust him. So now I'm thinking the owner may have stepped in because now he's the starter for the rest of the season. I'm assuming after that debacle and loss, now he's going to be the starter, even when they kick the field goal or 2-point conversion. If the coach do it again, he might get fired for the season over with because it makes no sense that this dude brought you back in the game and you want to let him close it out. I mean, Cleveland have been starving for a good team. They have them here and there, but not consistently. The original team, Baltimore, had left to be in Baltimore. Then they have a team, but they have such a rabid fan base. That's awesome. They brought the team back. A new owner took over, and the Cleveland Browns were born again. And they have been through almost 20 quarterbacks, about 10-plus coaches. They ain't found the right mix of the talent and the coach to see how far they can go. So hopefully Shedeur is the person, but you still have Deshaun Watson, who was hurt. You know, he had all of those massage parlor incidents and cases, but they paid this man $20-30 million guaranteed, and as any owner would. If he's healthy, we're gonna put him out there. Maybe we can trade him because we ain't gonna pay you a fully guaranteed contract and not do nothing with you. So he is the starter, unless Shedeur ball out and look phenomenal like his dad played. Then it might be okay. Let's put him out there to show people he's healthy and trade him. But I expect him to be starter next year, and unless the team work with Shedeur and the coach to see what he really got, say bet they're gonna put Deshaun Watson out there. Now, Michigan football coach Sherrone Moore was fired and arrested for impregnating a staffer and charged with home invasion, stalking, breaking and entering on December 12th. Fired December 10th, charged official December 12th. He was arraigned with a bond at $25,000. Prosecutor Katie Remeski alleged that Moore entered home of a woman he had a relationship with, grabbed butter knives and scissors from a kitchen drawer, and threatened to harm himself. Police report says Moore and the victim engaged in verbal argument that escalated to more threatening self-harm. Now, he was making $6 million a year as coach after they won the title and Harbaugh went to coach the Chargers. A lot of people talk on social media because you worked your butt off, and he's a family man, married with kids. It's unfortunate for them. And you ruin it chasing the pie. Now, people look at it more differently because she's a young white girl. And our culture, it's a thing of y'all downfall be mess with white women. And worse, you got a family. What is so great that you're going to risk all that for that? Now, I mean, it don't matter what color, she be polka dot, but you already had a family. You are coaching Michigan. As long as y'all stay relevant, y'all beat Ohio State, you can coach that team for the next 10, 15 years. And you throw away that type of money because you let the lust get to you. I mean, you had the other black coach from Michigan State mess with someone, lost his job a few years ago. He had Shannon Sharp situation with the young white girl. Just you can date and be with whoever you want to be with. Well, that's how you conduct yourself. And a lot of people are not having sympathy for him. They got him on watch so he don't harm himself and all that. But more people are taking the stance. You weren't acting like that when no one knew what you were doing. So now, as God say, the light will be shining. Whatever you're doing in the dark comes to the light. Now the light is bright on you on what you're doing. And because of that, you just messed up your opportunity. And it's crazy. $6 million a year, that's a lot of money. And if you keep winning, they keep paying you money like that for 10, 15 years. That's a lot of bread. And it's worse because it's worse for him because he got a family. Now they drawn into it, they're embarrassed. Maybe the wife knew, or maybe she didn't. But no one's really showing that sympathy for Coach Sherrone more because it's more you wasn't acting like you gonna harm yourself, but mental health is real, and this could be causing him to crash out because the weight of the dirt you was doing caught up to him, and this is what you're gonna lose. But when you in this ego, man, I'm Teflon Don. You can't touch me. I'm doing what I do. Okay. Then they hit the fan. That's embarrassment on your family. That's embarrassment on Michigan. So I see why they instantly got rid of him because, like, we want a national title. We competing for titles again. We don't need nothing that ain't about football or the basketball team. And it's just sad that you see so many black men fall over a woman. I mean, I come from the 80s as a kid where when you heard something jumped off, they did a massive sting operation on a high-end madam. And allegedly you find out she had all these power player people out here. But she kept her mouth shut and wouldn't give up her black book. But it would be speculated who of the elite probably used her services. So here it is now today you have people, okay, if you just hell bent on doing your thing, why are you messing with regular people? I'm pretty sure they got high-end madams out here that everybody sign NDA, they get down. You do what you do. When you start dealing with regular people, they might talk to other people. Maybe they set you up, maybe they don't, but the ego is a powerful thing, man. $6 million, as Bugs Bunny said, ain't worth it. Guaranteed a year. Now, if she divorced him, that's going to be alimony, child support. Now he fighting court case. That's lawyer fees. All that working hard to get to your destination. Few bad choices, gone. Now, it was a lot of interesting losses last Sunday. Kansas City lost. They playoff chances looking slim. No one's scared of them now. When Travis Kelce first started talking about retiring, from what players always said, the moment you let that come out your mouth, you retire. Now they say, well, he dating Taylor Swift and all this other stuff. Nah, he was talking about retiring. And they say that mode you need to be in mind-wise ain't there once you start talking about retiring. You see games, he dropped balls. Now, he don't look like one of the top tight ends in the league. He ain't had an injury that we know about. So why you can't catch the 5-yard passes like you normally would catch? I'm just going back to what the greats always said. Once you start talking about retirement, you retired in the mind. Maybe you think about them hits too much or your life after what you're going to do. So, and Andy Reid has the tendency to only wants to be one-dimensional. He'll do balance for a minute, and he wants some titles doing it, but he loves to throw the ball all day. And their offense have dropped down to it's kind of like Buffalo now. Patrick Mahomes or nothing. That's another team that's not looking good. Like, man, y'all was favored to take the next step and go to the Super Bowl. And like Josh Allen don't do it, y'all screwed. Now you had the Chargers. And this is what it does bring this conversation. You got a 53-man roster. They're supposed to be good enough to next man up and weather the storm. Why y'all rehiring Phillip Rivers, who retired? Well, I get the thought process. Well, he's the quarterback before, and he know the whole offense. But you got the backup. He ain't good enough. You got a backup. He ain't good enough. And one that's telling that whole team, the guys, if they only got one backup, two backups, the guys y'all been in trenches with all season are not good enough to shoulder the load when the quarterback got hurt. We need something else. Ain't a good look. That ain't a good look at all. And they didn't mess around and let Denver and New England have a battle for the number 1 seed this year. Now, they were powerhouses a few years ago. Them, the Colts. And it's like, y'all let these people retool and rebuild, and they right back. Mike Vrabel in 1 year got the Patriots looking like the Patriots. And I look at my Lions like, what the hell y'all doing? This dude should be able to turn that team around in a year where, like, man, they might make it to the Super Bowl where they playing. Because this year's so wide open. Even you had off the Eagles lose recently. They sound like they sputtering. Tampa Bay, they lost yesterday. I mean, there's always been an old saying, after week 8, Cinderella's shoe comes off. There's a lot of teams looking like they are. There's a lot of teams got potential to go to Super Bowl, but in reality, no, they don't. You might have 5, maybe 6 teams that's competing for a championship this season, regardless of the record. You got the Rams, you got the Eagles. I say Chicago, Denver, New England, Kansas City. If I didn't say it, Philly. Everybody else look like they trying to get to the title round, but either defenses are catching up to them or they're starting to show. Y'all had a lot of flaws, but wasn't nobody really locking in on y'all on defense to show it. So that's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back. And the Steelers and Ravens are fighting for their division title. So now, I'm pretty sure their next few games are going to be put on TV because it seems like the league starts switching up the games. So when you near the end of your season, you wind up playing people in your conference, and the hope it's a battle for number one spot in the conference. They did that with Detroit, Minnesota last year, where that game was on TV. So I think they're gonna do the same. The games that really matter, switch them up to to where that's what you want to see. The Amos read article where the Bucks reached out to former offside linebacker Super Bowl winner Jason Pierre-Paul. Again, I'm looking at those type of decisions like y'all just recycling the same stuff, man. You got 53 people on your roster. And my brother-in-law argued about this when he's on the show before. In my humble opinion, if I didn't research, scouted, signed, drafted, and paid these 53 people, they should be good enough to be next man up. Tom Brady got hurt. Don't care. We got so-and-so. You shouldn't miss a beat. But right now you're seeing, oh, this is a taper off. Because when they got this quarterback, they here. But this dude, they right here. Decision making come to play. And that's something that is invaluable. You know. And it's just a bad look to be calling the old players and not giving the new players a chance. Some might have been foolish with their thought process, but time will humble them. It does to everybody. And then it brings into question if they don't want to play these people that are drafted, are the talent scouts doing their job and the people they say, this is the list who you should draft this year? Because certain stuff they should know already. Like, okay, we know what this dude background, where he coming from. Let's see, can he ingratiate himself in the interview? And we rock with him. But it's crazy. But NFL season 10 picks up around this time. Now, I do believe they have Christmas games again. Well, because Christmas coming up. They ain't happy yet. And that used to be NBA Day, but they don't build superstars no more. So it's gonna be some NFL games on. I think people are gonna watch NFL more. Now, granted, OKC looking like they got a point to prove that they're not a fluke. They're blowing through everybody to just be finished by 40. And it's gonna be interesting. This NBA season. They're looking like a lot of good teams over there. Detroit, a few others. A lot of teams are winning without their star players, so they are drafting and coaching up players better. That's a good sign. You know, but who can really stop OKC right now? They're like, what, 24-1? Who really can stop them? But they all stayed together, which was smart. They could have went elsewhere, but they kind of got like that college vibe. We're going to prove that they go back-to-back this year. Yeah, last year wasn't a fluke. We just kept working through the system, buying in, doing an SGA do his thing with 35 assists or 10 assists, 5 rebounds. Everybody else played their part. And when you keep disrespecting someone, Lee, no doubt, like Coach Herm Boone said, remember the Titans. And I think them playing Detroit on Chris would be a better game, in my opinion. Because the matches they got so far, like, yeah, I ain't impressed about that. No, that ain't nothing to write home about. I don't think too much else happened with the NBA. Oh, well, you got Max Kellerman. He's come back speaking on how things went down the first take. He has a show with Rich Paul. And Max don't hold no punches. So it's going to be interesting to see that dynamic. But he will work. That's all that. Anything else happening in the world? Yeah, we're still talking about the coach. That's just shocking. See, hockey's back. And it's unfortunate. Let's see. Let's find schedules. And right now, with all the good teams in the AFC and NFC, Detroit got to win out for them to have a chance to maybe get in the playoffs. And they'd be a dangerous team. They was number one seed. Everybody back healthy mostly. Oh, that's Saturday game. Okay. So Friday, most people played already. Nothing to write home about, really. San Antonio, OKC, Saturday is a game worth looking at. Then you go to Christmas. Well, they ain't go there yet. But we all know what that schedule look like. There's been a lot going on in sports where the term people use now, they crashing out. Making choices that have lasting impact. And I heard this in church once. Sin will take you to places you really don't want to go. And a lot of people getting caught up with scandals with women. If you're single, okay, you're just out there running the streets doing your thing, but you have a family because that dynamic helps your brand. Weird. Interesting. But choices, man, stuff you do. And now we're in a 24-hour news cycle. Coach Ron Moore has been the biggest story everybody been talking about. How he fumbled $6 million a year bag. It happens. I was just talking to people in a group where when they first did their thing, it was like a drug to them. I need more. So I guess it can be addictive when you're out here doing your thing. You don't think about what you might lose because this dude has lost a lot. Michigan won the prestigious coaching jobs, $6 million a year. Your family and kids been embarrassed. You hope nobody bothered them in school or wherever about it, but like, everybody know your business, your neighbors. It's all bad. None good coming from that. But what can you do? Choices people make. Now, I am curious to see the standings. So I'm gonna keep track of this until we get to the end, just to see where we are. game. Where is it? Oh, standings. Right now, Detroit Pistons still number one, 25-5. Knicks are 17-7. Everybody else had double-digit win and losses, with Boston being the third seed. West Conference, OKC 24-1. That's crazy. Denver 18-6. Houston 16-6. Lakers Spurs 17-7. So they top six have single-digit losses compared to their top six. There's only two teams. It's gonna be a different year for some people. Oh, they would lock in a little bit better. But 6 million, man, that's a lot to fumble. But hopefully he get the help because he don't want to harm himself. No need that. He got kids. Don't want them problems. Just got to make better choices. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. Gonna be a new interview tomorrow on the Middle Ground and season finale of Ground Floor. We talk about 2026. More great content. As all videos on my YouTube channel, Middle Ground with JLE Network. Like, subscribe. Good content. Y'all be safe. Hydrate. Till next time, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Sports Line with JLE and Marte. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you want to check out my content, go to Amazon.com. Check out my books or my music. Or subscribe to my YouTube channel, Middle Ground with JLE. Merchandise coming soon. Share with everybody. See you next time.